There they are. It's been a while since I brought out these two. Hello, BookTube. I hope you're all having a wonderful month of August with all your reading, Garb August, and whatever other events you're participating in. I got a little book haul for you. It's only the second time I've ever done a book haul video. First up, I got the classic by Mary Shelley, Frankenstein. Got the Penguin Classics version right here. I've never read this before. I've seen the movie every Halloween. Never read the book. I know a little about it. Like in the movies, Frankenstein is like this moaning, groaning monster. Not so in the book. In the book, I know the monster. I don't even know if he's called the monster, but the creature is like practically a human being with compassion. He talks. It's very different from the movies. I've got this now. I'm probably gonna hold off till October to read this too, because Halloween month, Frankenstein seems to be like the appropriate time to read this. Also too, there's like the story of Frankenstein. It's been in my mind recently too, with like I hear like AI and robots and all that stuff. Like we're gonna say like mankind always seems to have like a god complex. Like today we're trying to make robots, trying to make new life. We got Victor Frankenstein here, taking the parts of dead people, trying to make a living being. There's definitely something there. It was fascinating to me. So this book's been on my mind lately. And coming up in September, there's a reading event called Shaketember. Got 3 hosts involved. There's Kelly from Books I'm Not Reading, her husband Jason from Old Blues Chapter and Verse, and Nicole from A Day of Small Things. I've been watching Kelly and Jason for a while, but I just recently discovered Nicole's channel. I'm enjoying her content very much. The 3 of them will be hosting Shaketember, where, as you might guess by the title, we'll read Shakespeare in the month of September. I got 3 picks here. And before I go into detail about each book, a little shout out to Brian Lee Durfee, author of The Forgetting Moon, The Blackest Heart, The Lonesome Crown, all 3 books published by Simon & Schuster Saga Press. Brian's the man. He's actually the first booktuber I ever subscribed to, and he would love this. The spines all match. There you go. Look beautiful on your shelf. I'm going to tag Brian too. Be sure to go check out his channel too. He's hilarious. He had a really terrible health scare recently too, so I know he would love all your love and support too. First up, if you're going to read Shakespeare, you got the big one here, Hamlet. Probably this, it's either Hamlet or Romeo and Juliet, like the most well-known Shakespearean works, certainly the one people are most familiar with. So this one, if you're going to read Shakespeare in September, this is like practically a staple. This next one, boy, is this one, it's called A Tragedy, and boy, is it a tragedy. Let's see. This play is still like so tragic. It's considered by a lot of people bad luck just to say this name in a theater. And of course is Macbeth. This one, story of like a Scottish general. I don't know if he's formally called a general, but essentially what he is. Like he's visited by 3 witches who tell him that he will be king. And long story short, he doesn't want to wait. He wants to take the crown by force, and the terrible fallout that happens afterwards too. This is indeed a tragedy. I saw the movie from a few years ago starring Denzel Washington and Frances McDormand. I saw it in theaters at the time. It was made by A24. And, if you ever see an A24 film, you know there is no such thing as a happy film from them. Like everything is pretty depressing and horrifying. So yeah, so Macbeth. Like the movie is fantastic. Now I got to read the play. Mm-hmm. Also, I should have pointed out too, like the books, the versions I got, these are all made by Folger. Like, these books are like dirt cheap too. They're like $6.99 each. Also, because Shakespeare can be a little intimidating to read, especially you don't know what the hell they're saying a lot of times. These Folger books, it's the way they have it printed. Like, you have like this side of the book here. That's the text. That's the play itself. On the other side here, it's like a little dictionary to fill you in on what the words mean. So, if you think Shakespeare is a little hard to follow, you got this helpful guide to help you along the way. Let's see. Because God knows I'm going to need it. I'm no Shakespearean expert. And finally, I just read 2 tragedies. I wanted to throw a comedy in there as well. And there's a very specific reason I picked this one. It's a comedy called The Taming of the Shrew. Now, this comedy was adapted into a movie from when I was a kid. Probably my all-time favorite movie. So you can figure out what it is after I tell you the synopsis. You have 2 sisters. The younger sister wants to marry. but her father forbids it unless the older sister gets married first. It was adapted into a movie, one called 10 Things I Hate About You. One of my all-time favorites. I can still watch it to this day, even more so now because it's like a little flashback to my youth in the 90s and whatnot. Fantastic. That's really the sole reason I got this, because I got to read the original source. There we have it, folks. All the books I bought recently. I look forward to getting each one of these eventually. I'm going to enjoy the month of August. Got Garb August going on. I got some more catching up to do with Dennis Rodman. There he is. Look at that trashy cover. Have a good one, everyone. I'll see you around. Take care.